Hey everybody, welcome back for more Project Zomboid. Here's a little recap of everything that we did in the interim. Hey everybody, future ambiguous amphibian here. Whenever I get to play in Project Zomboid, I can't help but think about the story of the cricket and the ant from Aesop's Fables, where the ant works all summer to stay warm in the winter, but the cricket just fucks around and he spends the winter cold outside. And then the ant says to the cricket, "Stay away from my house, motherfucker!" And the moral of the story is, 'tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. So it's got me to thinking that we have a limited window of opportunity. Drinking 4 bottles of red wine to motivate myself for every book I read might not ultimately be the healthiest or most sustainable of solutions to my dilemma, though. So I decided that was the cricket acting on my behalf, and I instead laid out all my cans on the roof to collect rainwater. I got to work, downing trees, and returning home to build new floors and expanding my metaphorical anthill. I will be snug as a bug in a rug this summer. Winter, that is. And I also had a lot of trouble with my knife. Hopefully that will improve. Alright, so I was thinking today that we would make a trip to the Giga Mart. We're gonna saddle up our horses, and we're gonna get in the Batmobile, and then we're gonna... Alright, we all know that a man's gotta eat. So I made it here to the Giga Mart, and I think... You know, I was planning on using the cover of night to help, like, distract them. But I don't think that's working out, judging by the way that I had to move around when I came here. So, what we're gonna do is to shoot off the shotgun somewhere nearby in town. We're gonna lead them down an alley, and then we're gonna circle back around to the Giga Mart once we've gotten all their attention. It's gonna be pretty crowded, though, once I do this. So, let's give it a try. Oh, wrong thing. Okay, we gotta finish inserting the shells. And now... Alright, my plan is to take all of the zombies in West Point, draw them down the street, away from the Giga Mart, and then circle back around once I've got pretty much all of them in town on me. But I'm gonna need to make sure that I draw them more, west than any other direction, because if any of them follow me back to the Giga Mart, it's gonna be a lot. So, I think at this point, I'm going to just circle around this block a couple times and try to get all of their attention around here. Because there's a lot of stuff in the grocery store and I need time. Okay, the Giga Mart now looks pretty safe, if I'm not mistaken. I hope that I gave them enough time for the ones at the back to funnel out. Okay, there are some back here. I'm gonna need to be wise about this. I'm gonna need to be really wise. Okay. For the remaining ones, I have to really make a decision now. Are the shotgun blasts gonna draw them all out? Let me just think about this for a second. If I shoot a shotgun over by Twiggy's and the gun store, hopefully I will draw them all from this side, so I'll kind of draw them from both sides of the market. But I don't want to draw the ones from the other end, so I'm going to move over just a little bit further so that I don't draw them from too far away. I don't know what the radius is that they can hear with these things, but this is actually probably the most intelligent way to loot. Unless if you have friends. I don't know. Drawing them out of the place you want to go and then going the other way. Right, let's just calmly do this. I didn't pack beta blockers, so I'm gonna have to make sure that I keep them at a good distance so I don't get panicked. And I just did not do that. Always remember to turn your back. And we need to reload. Okay, we're just gonna calmly reload. And you gotta be stopped to open a box of shotgun shells. Holy crap, I really did a number on that the other day. I wonder if these other cars are still usable. Let's keep on shooting off shells for right now. There we go. Cracked. None behind me. Alright. The point here is not really to kill zombies, is just more to draw them out of that area. Okay, so let's take the shotgun shells, throw them back in the backpack. I wish I could have had time to put those in the car. I'm going to creep back over now, because I want them all to be drawn there, but I don't want to draw too big a tail. We'll kind of come back in around from like the southeast of the grocery store, and then hopefully they'll all be, you know, not all of them, nothing's perfect, but most of them will be gone. Okay. And the fence hop of truth. Alright, we're gonna give them a minute to just funnel back out to that other side. And then, once the coast is clear, we'll hit the grocery store. Alright, the coast looks clear, so I'm gonna make a run for the store now. Hopefully that one won't hear me. But, I think we're gonna go in the front entrance. I think that was the most clear area. Let's just see. Okay, they are back at the front entrance. We're gonna try to go around to the back. I figure, you know, using those large surfaces to our advantage, and now being able to hop over fences, we've got a lot more options at our disposal. Let's just see if we can take out any that we find here. We want to make sure that it's clean, because having just a couple around can draw more noise. Okay, we do have some at the front. This might be a bit much for me to deal with, but I've got to take these ones out. Oh, wow. Actually, my axe skill went up, so that's really paying off now. There we go. Okay, with the quick stop, and at this point, I don't really know how many are over there. It's those ones are making more noise, which is getting me kind of nervous. I'd rather see if there's another entrance over here, but just quietly, slowly. Okay, there was some like vector that they're being drawn by over here, so I'm gonna see if I can just eliminate these ones in here. I think that they're pretty much stopped at the front of the store, and hopefully no more will come. If I could draw them into the parking lot, that would be even better. I don't even know what they're looking at in there. They're all like funneling towards something. Oh, that's a garage. I didn't even realize that. Okay, good. This is exactly how I want to fight them. One by one, drawn out into the parking lot. But no more, no more. We gotta get unseen. Fast. Okay, it turns out that there's just so many. I just did a run through the store. I mean, it's not really that. It's not really that, like, there's too many. It's just that you got to be able to stand still, or that you can't get to the spot that you want to, but you can't stand still in the spot that you want to. Like, I need to be standing still in the grocery store for a while, and these places are like displays for food, so there's really too many entrances, and it's very difficult to get in and like be safe in there for just a minute. So what I might end up doing is just like slowly whittling them off out here, because one by one they're not that tough, but it's more just a matter of thinning out the horde, I think. Ironically, in trying to get them all to get away from the grocery store, I drew more of them to the grocery store, so I think at this point I'm just gonna call it quits for the day. Can I run them over as they fall out of these things? I've been looking at this. Nope, that's a little bit difficult. What I think I'll do is just retire to a second floor apartment somewhere here in West Point, because there are a lot of apartments upstairs here. Find something to eat in somebody's house, get some sleep, and then tomorrow morning just make a ton of noise, I think all the way on the other side of town, and then from there we can go on with our plan to get the Giga Mart. Actually, this house will do. Although I wasn't really planning on spending a lot of time in West Point, and I was just hoping to get in and get out, I think it might even be better today at this point, now that the hordes have dispersed, I haven't made a lot of noise in town, to just try for the Mart again. See if we can quietly get in there. I don't know how it'll be. I mean, and I'm gonna go through the police station first, because they actually have armaments, and It would be nice if I could get both the police station and the grocery store, because they both have things that I need. Ideally, we'd find a lot more ammo, because we're still only at, I think, the second level of aiming. I'm going to kind of go through the parking lots, though, taking out the zombies as I pass them. And it looks like we are going to have one... Oh, my God. Is that a spear through that one? That is an entire spear. That could be useful. And good for one-hit kills. Plus, we get a sweet sheriff's uniform if this works out. Yep. Yep. And... Oh, we are going to get a lot of new stuff from this. Let's see what we can do. Spear with screwdriver. Let's try this out. Only because I think that this weapon class is even better than axes. If you know how to use it right, that is. Alright, let's, I didn't even realize that the ranger jacket is so much better than the regular one. We'll take that. And then, the police deputy jacket. It's not going to be any better for me, but it's not going to be any worse either. Sure, I'll take the trooper hat. Okay, we'll do that. And... Huh. I guess that the pants aren't as good. Now I look like a modern-day Rick Grimes. Let's just get the pants anyway. Take them with us. And I'll stick with my own boots right now. Actually, are those in better condition than mine? I don't know. It's not time for a fashion show right now. Okay. I'm going to go in one of these to the top floor to just see how it is. Let's just take out these two first. Loiterers. What? Oh, man. Looks like she almost got me. And it sounds like we got a bunch of them inside. Or just that one? Sometimes one sounds like more than one. Much better. Alright, let's see how we can do with this. Another one here. Come on, you. There we go. I'll grab the painkillers, too. Help me overcome my severe depression from just eating 3 cans of dog food in a row. And good. Yeah, we are getting more one-hit kills with this thing than we were with the axe. The axe, even though that it's good, it's large and it can be unwieldy. Oh, shit. Be careful with that. Yeah, I've noticed that when they're on the ground, they tend to be, like, they don't... Or it seems to me like they don't use their senses as much. They're senseless. Alright, after all that fighting, we finally came to a point where I think I actually have cover from... Shit. Did I just attract in that brunch? With the sound of my voice. I still think that we have a lot of cover from the weather, so I'm going to lure these guys back further into the store. Bad weather, and I was hoping for fog when we did this run. It has a tendency to make you a lot more stealthy. Let's see what we can do. That spear was really effective. So I want to keep working with a good thing, but I seem to be stuck with my axe again right now, which isn't really bad. And this store's really got enough food that it would half justify the trip to West Point, but I want to go in big if I can, so I've gotten a little bit closer to the grocery store in one day, but it's taking way too long, and there's just too many over there. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get what I came for anymore. But I still think if we have enough food to last us through, I don't know, the end of the summer, that would be good. That would probably be enough to keep me happy with this trip. Well, my axe is broken, and I'm pretty much on my last leg. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to get to the grocery store anymore. Bad weather's set in, and even though that's good for stealth, I think what I'm going to do at this point is to just take everything out of this one shop that I found, because as it turns out, this one place was actually about half as good as the grocery store just by itself. I mean, look at all the food on the shelves. I was hoping I would find more soap. but it would justify the trip of having come to West Point. And I'll make one last attempt while the weather is still bad to see if I can just stealth my way in, but I kind of have doubts that it's going to work, and I don't want to get my hopes too high. So I think at this point, we'll grab scissors too so that we can cut our hair in the future. I don't know if my hair grows, like, way longer if I wait for this. Though I did start off with pretty long hair to begin with, so I can see why it hasn't grown. Anyway, we'll put all this stuff in our car. We'll see how loaded up the car is, and then we'll see if we can make our way over to the grocery store, maybe after a rest or a sleep in here. Alright, so I loaded up our car, and it seems like we've got 40.81 out of 47 of all of our inventory space in the car. I got a lot of jars and just anything I could use for preserving food later on. And pretty much all of the food that was in this store. Now, this would hold us for, I would say, 2 weeks or so. This is a really good haul that we found in this place. Though there might be other stuff like it in Muldraw. I know that West Point has better stores in general. I think at this point, it's worth giving the grocery store a try. I'm probably not going to bring the car over there, or if I do... Oh, there is one right in front of me. Hi, we're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit it still. We're gonna see if we can sneak over, and even if we don't actually manage to get in, it'll be valuable sneaking skill experience, because we haven't had this many zombies around in Muldraw. It's just, generally speaking, not as highly populated as West Point, which is one reason why I tend to start off in, ooh, an annotated map. One reason I tend to start off in Muldraw. Let's actually just check that out for a second. Unpack. And read. Well, let me get somewhere safe first. Somewhere where I don't accidentally get bit or scratched while I'm reading it. Okay. And this is West Point. And how is it annotated? Oh, somebody put a little house over their house. Okay, well, that is cute. I don't know where we are. I think we're over about here. Maybe that's a safe house. Wait. Are there any markers? Maybe that's a safe house location. I haven't checked it out yet. But I still think it's more worth trying the grocery store. Because it's a safe house, even though we'll have a lot of food. We could check that after. First off, I just want to see if I can get to the grocery store. So let's... I am tired and I'm high exertion. I think I'm just going to sit and rest. Because I don't want to wait for this rain to end. The rain is key in this strategy. Let's see if we can get this to work. Okay, it's 5 a.m. We still have pretty good coverage over us. And I think... Oh, I gotta take some of the stuff out of my backpack. Let me just unload this into the car real quick, and then we'll see if we can sneak over to the grocery store. It still looks like the grocery store is going to be pretty much nigh impossible to do anything in. Maybe we could get one shelf's worth of good... Oh, God, there's not... Oh, I picked the wrong aisle. What were the odds? Okay, Okay, it's time to get out of here. We'll check the back really quick, see if there's anything in there. Sometimes there's a lot of goods being unloaded, but a lot of them are often perishable. Yeah, these are all perishables. Okay, we're getting out of here. This was a bust. I'm glad that we got the store that we did. We got a lot of canned goods, and now it's time to get out of this neighborhood. Alright, we're getting out of West Point for good. It's been absolutely terrible weather the entire time that we've been here. So honestly, like, it amazes me. The game is completely beautiful. I've never seen rain that looks this good in a game, and I would honestly just consider playing it without any of the zombies, just to look at the rain. But I think at this point, we'd better head home. West Point is a pretty awful place, and I don't really want to come back here until I'm much better prepared for it. At least for fighting, I would need a lot more weaponry if I wanted to take down that grocery store. But it doesn't even look like the grocery store was that worth it in the first place, to be honest. So I'm going to head home, and we'll go from there. And I think that's just about going to wrap it up for this time. I did a lot of work for one day, and now we've earned our rest. I've got a little bit more work to do on the inside of the warehouse, and since I came back, I got to work a bit, and I'm trying to set up a kitchen now with what we found. I also found a one of those, water purifiers or water fountains in the mechanic shop just south of here, off in that direction. I seem to be running into like a bug where it appears as if I'm outside when I'm underneath this, but it's kind of like getting me more in touch with nature. And the rain, I'm not sure if we still have the puddles from the rain. No, the puddles went away, but the rain is just absolutely gorgeous. I wish that there were rain there to show you how gorgeous the rain was, but I also had to look around town for just a few minutes to see if we could find any soap, but it seems like we're pretty much permanently stuck, looking like the like Rick Grimes in the later episodes. So I'm kind of starting to embrace it, because I can't really think of anywhere that I could possibly find the amount of soap I'd need to wash every single day. It doesn't really matter to me about the clothes, but I have started to kind of like section off things. I made a couple more bookshelves, some for magazines, some for books, just to prevent myself from going insane. A bin for clean clothes and for dirty clothes, which now seems like it's going to be really important. If I could, I'm not sure if it's like there it is. I could just like imagine that I'm in the middle of a rainstorm and meditate or something like that. But anyway, yeah. So the clothing repair, I don't know if that's been implemented yet, but it seems like there's some limitations here. Anyway, I guess I'll build a few rooms. I don't really know what I'm gonna need. I've got the kitchen. I'll probably need a bedroom at the other end of the hallway. May as well build that. This is gonna be like a storage area. And one thing I've started to do just to avoid having piles of stuff all over the floor is I've made like a collection area. And this is just good practice for your own life, where whenever you just bring a bunch of stuff back, be it like papers or zombie corpses or whatever it is, you just put it all in a bin and then you sort it out later. That way I don't have all this stuff on the floor. The stuff is on the floor in the kitchen so that I can, once I build countertops, that'll be sorted out. The other thing I figured out was that the tin cans on the roof didn't seem to be collecting water, so I took them off. Seems like I'm going to need to find bigger containers like cooking pots to collect all the water up here. So I just threw them all out in the trash. I've still got a trash that's just full of stuff, and it's almost at full capacity. I might have to replace it with a crate. But yeah, things are seeming a little bit more organized. I took the chairs away from the downstairs. I'm thinking of trying to find a few more cars, and actually I'm not going to show it right here, and I didn't manage to catch it on camera, but my my main car flipped in the middle of town. I was driving too fast. So now I have to use this other one. Turns out one of the cars in the parking lot was actually perfectly well working. I could probably tip over that car, but I'm going to try to collect some of the cars in town now, just in case if anything goes wrong. And I think we'll have the entire downstairs just for cars. I'm going to try to find whatever I can. Hopefully we'll find a sports car, because those are significantly faster, and they look kind of cool. And then we'll need a creepy van so that we could pick stuff up in it. And I might have to replace this with a garage door so that I can, repair it every now and then. They did also take down the, we had a number of other zombie attacks, and they took down the barricades to my other door. I don't really know. I kind of hate the large warehouse, though. Ultimately, I might like to move somewhere else, but it is, it's utilitarian. It's got everything that it needs. Anyway, I didn't even notice that. Did we get like a new sprout? I think we got like a new sapling tree growing right next to the graves. They must be good fertilizer. Anyway, at this point, I just kind of want to sit at home, read a book, and wear clean clothes for a few days. I think I've got enough food to hold me for a long time, and I think my weight is also back up. 77. I mean, we're going to get used to being a lower weight. But, yeah, I don't really know what to do next with my house. I think at this point I'll just try to up my skills and then expand the house. It'll be like the Sims dream home. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know what you want to see, any tips that you have. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Today's tip of the day brought to us by Flak Magnet. It's going to keep you safe on the second floor after you've destroyed the staircase to a building. After you've destroyed the staircase, you want to make sure that you have at least 2 sheet rope entrances to the building. This way, if zombies on the outside, like right here, claw down this exit to the base, I can still always get back up to my base by going around and back to the sheet rope that I've created. And someone had actually asked on one of the previous videos, how do you create a sheet rope on the inside? It involves some carpentry. You just have to build a wall frame, which you just do by right-clicking, going over to wall, wooden wall frame. You need to make sure that you have the materials and the level to do it. And then you can right-click on your wood wall frame, window, and bada bing. Once you've got a window there, then you can put a sheet rope on it. You need the materials for that too. Go look that up. And then climb down. And you're safe. All right.